What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% Chelsea. If you're watching the long form content, welcome to part 2. If you are watching the preview, hi, nice to see you. Obviously, I'm back. Scott, if you don't know him already, I mean, you probably should do by now. He's basically, Scott. But we'll move swiftly on into the preview. Chelsea versus West Ham, 8 p.m. kickoff at Stamford Bridge. 0-0 in the last time we played West Ham.
I'm really glad I didn't go to that.
Probably one of the most frustrating games I've been to in a while. I'm not looking forward to this one.
I'm not too bad about it. The only thing that I'm confused about, I was thinking about this the other day and earlier and whatnot, was our rotation has been all the wrong way around. So we should have, if you look at our fixtures coming up, we should have played our full strength team against Cardiff, rotating against Brighton, then we'd be playing our full strength team today when this goes out, then be changing it against Slavia Prague, let's just put that out there, not Sparta Prague, Chelsea Football Club, as you put on your fucking website for tickets. Do you know how bad that is, by the way, getting those two mixed up?
I mean, Sparta has the best club in one in...
No, as in, I'm pretty sure in terms of the hatred between the two clubs, that's like getting... I don't think that's like getting Celtic and Rangers getting mixed up. In terms of if you were to call a Sparta Prague fan a slot, but yeah, then we'd have our full strength team to Liverpool. But now, as it stands, we're going to be rotating for this game, then rotating again for Prague, and then fuck knows. It's all backwards. But yeah, I'm expecting some rotation in this game.
I mean, that's the negative thing for me. But we'll talk about the 11 shortly. But I mean, in terms of the form against West Ham, do you want to pop it up quickly? I mean...
You're talking about West Ham's form or our form against West Ham?
I mean, West Ham's form, I think it kind of goes in our favour.
It's bad.
They've lost their last 2 games, haven't they? So...
They have... No. They've lost... It's like that. So, in the last 8 games, hang on. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, in the last 8 games, we'll go 9. Last 9 games, they lost to Wolves, drew with Liverpool, drew with Palace, beat Fulham, lost to City, beat Newcastle, lost to Cardiff, beat Huddersfield, lost to Everton.
So that means they're on a hot one and might beat us. Brilliant! Yay!
they're on a flip-flop.
I mean, I am scared about this. Is the first time in a while I've been scared of the prospect of facing West Ham.
Their away form for the most part seems poor. I mean, they haven't won an away game. The last time they won an away game was Southampton in December.
Okay, I mean, I know that goes in our favour, but if you look at the team which West Ham could have, and by the sound of things, it's pretty much full strength.
Almost full strength.
Fabianski in goal. Okay.
Yeah,
Masuaku or Cresswell. Okay.
That doesn't scare me at all.
Doesn't scare me. Diop and Balbuena or Ogbonna.
It'll probably be Diop and Balbuena, which for the most part, depending on who we have up front, doesn't scare me. They'll be physical, but meh.
Well, Higuain won't like that.
I'll play Giroud then.
Yeah, I'll play Giroud in this game. I play Giroud in every single Premier League game. I'd start him without fail. But I think if you go there right back, it's Zabaleta, isn't it? Because
it's either Zabaleta or Fredericks, but
Fredericks.
Oh, Zabaleta then.
Okay.
Oh, yay.
Okay, so Hazard versus Zabaleta 5 years ago, I'd have gone, that's
even for the most part, should we play, as it'll probably likely, Pedro or Willian? That's a battle. If they play Masuaku, I'm actually quite looking forward to. If they play Masuaku. Because Masuaku, he's like Alonso, but a little bit better in terms of going forward. Like, he can't defend, he's a wing-back, not a full-back.
Yeah. I mean, that's true, but I mean, if you go into midfield, I think they play 4-3. They'll match us, won't they?
Probably either that or 4-2-3-1. Depends if Lanzini plays.
Well, if Lanzini,
I imagine they'll play 4-2-3-1. To be honest,
Rice and Noble. Which that's scary.
That doesn't scare me.
But Declan Rice,
fair enough, but Noble doesn't.
Well, the thing about Noble is he loves a London derby. One, and secondly, he's just a shithouse. What are they going to... Literally, Pellegrino go, come on, Jorginho, and he'll do it.
Probably.
And Mark Noble will beat Jorginho in terms of just the standard battle.
Oh, yeah, no, but Mark Noble is always capable of that snap like we see with Luiz, so I can fully see him getting sent off.
Nah, I don't think he will.
I'm not saying he definitely will, but I can see it happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got that. I mean, but then it's the front 4 that really scare me.
Yeah. Hernandez versus Well, probably
I mean,
Dave scares me.
Hernandez?
But Arnautovic,
Oh, no.
I meant to say Anderson, not Hernandez.
Even Hernandez.
Oh, Hernandez.
Hernandez will score.
Hernandez for the most part does worry me. Whoever they play on the right doesn't, unless A, we play Alonso, or B, they play. Actually, no, Snodgrass, not really.
Snodgrass is a very underrated player. That's the one thing when people.
But I'm thinking in terms of pace, because if their aim is to whip balls in the box, I think that it will be a very even battle.
Why?
Because in terms of height, like they've got their two centre backs, fair enough, and possibly Arnautovic. Apart from that, not really anyone else. And Arnautovic isn't in the best form. Hernandez maybe, but again, not.
Right. Yeah.
But we'll have exactly the same in terms of David Luiz and Rudiger. We'll have Giroud if he's playing, he's decent in the air. Higuain's all right in the air.
The Premier League, this is the thing. He's all right.
Kante's jump's actually good.
Yeah, Kante's proper. He can do that. But I think
and if we play Loftus-Cheek, I don't know if we will or not. But if we play him, then his leap is good.
The team that played against Brighton needs to start against West Ham. Every single game in the Premier League.
Apart from one player.
I mean, okay, I think every single Loftus-Cheek, I don't think might not start.
Oh no, he wasn't the one I was thinking of.
But I think for me, it's kind of a case of every single player in the run-in for the Premier League that was in that team needs to start. It's like when everyone was saying in the Carabao Cup final, "Oh, this is our best team." The one that finished it. That's a really good team. I think that should be our starting team. We said that at the beginning of February, and it's almost like someone's gone to the PR office has gone, "Oh, Maurizio, mate. I mean, I know a lot of Chelsea fans aren't very happy with you at the minute. You start that team, they can't moan. I check that out. Have some of that. That's what it feels like, and it's like it's got through too late. I mean, look, like I said, I am not Sarri out. I want to see this whole thing progress. If it works out next season, if there's progress, then fine.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence at the minute. I'm not going to say Sarri in or Sarri out. I'm not getting involved with that debate. Because I know there's been a lot of stuff going around at the minute. I am steering well clear of that because, look, I don't know. I don't know what to think yet. But I'm leaning more towards a Sarri outside because of the continuous lapses in tactical judgment and the press conferences. He's easy pickings to the English press. That's why he gets targeted more. So he said that. We'll have some of that. We'll have some of that.
It reminds me of Wenger. I know I say it all the time. It does remind me.
It does. It reminds me of Wenger as well, and it's some really simple stuff. But look, I think this team for the best. Look, realistically, I don't think we'll win the Europa League. I'm saying this outright.
I'm gonna wait until the final. See who we get in the final.
If we get the final.
I think we will.
I mean, I think it's a realistic option. I think a lot of people think that, but to be honest, I can't see us getting past Napoli. I really can't.
To be fair, if we get to a final, Europa League final, and if we somehow finish in the top four, which we're still in there, and with the results that are going, like, at the minute, I think we've got a chance. We've got more of a chance than they gave us, to be honest, a couple of weeks ago. I think it's possible, but I think if we get to the final of the Europa League and we get to top four, that's a decent season. I think that's more than we were expecting.
It is, but I mean, at the same time, I just feel that I'm trying to look at it realistically. I agree with everything you said. I think, if we get top four, Europa League final, and we win it, I'd sit there, and we don't have a transfer ban. I would, if I was on the Chelsea board, I'd sit there and go, right.
Even if we had a transfer ban, I'd still keep him. However, I would make it clear he has to start embedding youth. If I was part of the board, I'd make that clear. Oh yeah, no, I think he has been starting to. No, he hasn't. Well, he's done it out of he's done it out of necessity. Yeah, not out of choice. Well, maybe I think that's what the Chelsea board are pushing with that. Because that was one of the same problems he had at Napoli. Yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing for us is at the same time. Youth players have been training with the Chelsea squad. Yeah, and there's reports that some players like Reece James, and there's someone else I think are being lined up to be part of the main first team squad. I think they should be. If I was looking at it right now, Reece James, I think he's done a stellar job in the Championship. I think he's been absolutely superb. Only Wigan player to get in Team of the Year. Yeah, but it's the Championship. I'm not saying the Championship's a bad league, but you make this point continuously about Pukki. He scored 25 goals in the league this season? I think it's 26 all season. Okay, so he's done that.
He'll come to the Prem. He might not do it.
No, but
Danny Ings.
It's more the fact I've seen what he's done in other leagues that are supposedly not as physical as the Premier League, and he still hasn't done it. So
yeah, well, I mean the Championship probably more physical than the Prem. To be honest.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking like the Scottish Premier League and the Bundesliga.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, there's a lot. I think he can make the step up, but I think he needs one more season. I think the same goes for Mason Mount. And to be honest, I think the biggest things, if we do get this transfer ban, Chelsea board need to be very open and literally sit there and go, guys, I don't think we're going to get top 4. I don't think this is going to happen, so we just need to ride this out and start embedding. And then, once you've had, if you get the transfer ban, you get this embedded youth in, these players that understand the club, lo and behold, you sign some players, you might have the right balance. And you've seen it at Liverpool. I think Man City, despite having, few players which are, from the youth academy, obviously Phil Foden being the only one, they've got players that have been there for a long time and understand it.
It's not even that. I mean, take the youth academy aspect. Just look at players who are young in their squad. You've got Sane, you've got Jesus, you've got Foden, you've got Laporte, who's young for a centre-back. He's arguably the best centre-back, probably second best centre-back in the Premier League. You've got Mendy's pretty young. I know he's only just coming back, but he's pretty young. Zinchenko's young, and he's looked decent this season. Even though they haven't got players from the youth academy, they've got young players in their squad.
Yeah.
That will be there for many years. Like, look at the person they're most linked with in terms of the summer is Saul, 23 years old, I think it is.
Yeah.
A direct replacement for Fernandinho, who's 34. So,
yeah, I mean, this is the thing, and I think it could be a blessing in disguise. I really do, but I think it's a kind of a case of we have to be patient. And I think for me with Sarri, I'd say exactly what you're saying. So embed him in. I'd then look at January, or I'd see where we are around there, and I go, if there's no improvement, one, and there's nothing going, I go, look, all right, okay, this isn't working. That is when I'd turn around to, even though it's basically signing their own death warrant, but I think they could at the same time still turn stuff around because of who they are. That's when I turn around to Frank Lampard and Jody Morris and say, right, lads, you understand these youth players, you know what works, you've worked with them for years and years. All Jody Morris has, like, off you go, do what you need to do. And I think you get the best out of the squad. And then on top of that, I think at the same time, there needs to be a director of football.
Oh, we've been saying this for ages.
We have been. It's nothing new. Everything we're saying here, there is nothing new. But it's a case of there does need to be a restructure, and this is it. If we get this transfer ban, this is the restructure.
Yeah.
This is when you go, shit, we've done something wrong here. Let's figure this out and let's change it up. This is the perfect time. But the thing is, there has to be some transparency. You have to have that. FSG had that transparency with Liverpool fans. City have had that transparency with City fans. United have that transparency because they have to, because of AGMs, with Manchester United fans. And even if they're not part of the AGMs, the transparency is there because the message is so clear and you're not having to read in between lines. When people go, Sarri's brought in to develop a philosophy, or they're going, okay, what's the plan? 3-year deal, okay.
Are there any expectations on him?
Yeah.
What are the plans going forward in terms of bringing players in? Yeah, there's nothing. There's literally, he's brought in to bring a philosophy. We don't know what that philosophy is. We don't know. We don't know anything. Like, now we've seen it. We understand it.
We haven't seen it though. This is the thing.
Well, I mean, in terms of we know what style of football he wants to play, and we have got other examples of it in the Premier League. Like City, you've got an example. It's basically the same football, just dumbed down.
Yeah.
You've got other examples in terms of, if you go back, just look at any Pep Guardiola team of the past.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing for me is it's kind of a case of, though, they've basically gone. I think he hasn't helped himself, because when he signed, he was making it out that Marcos Alonso was amazing. Or the squad, he literally he went through every single player and literally did a detailed analysis of them, and then he's actually got in there and gone, shit, this
in fairness to him, what I will give to him on that point is he was given, and this is the board style, he was given such a terrible period of pre-season.
Yeah,
he got nothing in pre-season. That's an oversight that I can't put into words how bad that is. How can you give a new manager, like, what was it,
4 days?
Oh, it wasn't. It was 4 days, but it was like the actual period when he was able to talk to the players, like a few weeks, like 4 weeks
with the players that were there, he had 4 days with the full squad.
Talk about shooting yourself in the foot.
I think to be honest, I think if they do back him, then you kind of have to.
Next season, at least for the most part, next season there should be from fans no expectation. I know that you could say that about this season, but even with Chelsea Football Club, there's a expectation with anything. But next season, we just need to, as a fan base, just go, whatever happens, happens. Because we will probably, by the end of the transfer window, if you look at teams rebuilding, have the definitive, and with players leaving, definitive sixth worst squad in terms of the top six. We've got probably no hope of getting top four, Europa League again. We just got to go in with a clear mind, no expectations.
We'd get absolutely smacked up in the Champions League.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, God.
We'd get absolutely battered. I think it's a case of we really have to consider options. I'm not going to say there's no expectations. I think there has been an expectation. I think, as bad as it sounds, keeping top six status.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But no expectations in terms of we shouldn't expect to win anything.
No.
Like, we shouldn't expect to win any silverware. We shouldn't expect to set the world on fire.
My expectation would be to see an improvement of what the final tally is this season. I mean, Terry made this point with Mourinho at Man United. He stopped backing Mourinho when the results left, but that's because you've compared it to the same stuff that was happening the season before, and it was quite evident that there was a discord between the level of results which were positive in the previous season versus the negative level of results in the second
That
season.
will depend on, for me, it depends on how the squad changes. Because if the squad stays the same, fair enough. If the squad changes quite drastically, I'm not, for the worse, I'm not going to. Like, if Hazard leaves,
Yeah.
you can expect us to get more points this season without our best player? No. If say for example we keep Higuain and Giroud as our two forward players, do you think we're going to get any better than this season?
No.
Probably not. That's what I'm talking about.
I think,
if there's no change, if we bring players in and they improve the squad, then yes, fair enough. I'm expecting a change. But if we lose our best players, there's no change in the squad in terms of it will be the same players playing. Then I'm like, I've got no expectations.
I mean, the biggest thing for me is I think that. God, it sounds. I think if Hazard does leave, I think I've been making this point for the past few months. In fact, the past couple of years, I've already said it. You know, I've sat there and gone, I think I've been prepared for Eden Hazard to leave since the end of the 2014 season. I've been sat there going, right, okay, this guy's really good. He's going to leave Chelsea. That is as simple as that. Yeah. So I'm kind of looking at it and I'm going, okay, if Hazard leaves, it's a step back, but we could make 2 steps forward if we can buy the right players. Lo and behold, right now, we can't buy the right players. My biggest worry is if we do sell Eden Hazard this summer, right, we'll sell him, and the £200 million that we say, for example,
I think it's 100 million we want.
Yeah, 100 million, which is ridiculous. It should be like at least 125, maybe 130. I think that, we will take that, and where we would have a transfer budget, we could go, right, there's 100 million of that 130. Take that and use that to reinvest in players. Problem is we don't have that. So I'm worried about where that cash flow is going to go. Are they going to put it aside and say we'll come back to that next year when the transfer ban's out, or are we just going to be sitting in this awkward catch-22? But I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But we've gone off topic here massively. But I mean, in terms of the game itself, we'll get on to the predicted lineup. I think so. We'll go straight into that. Quite simple. Back four for me.
Back five,
including the keeper. Kepa, Emerson, Luiz, Rudiger, and Dave. That's my back four. Five. Midfield is Jorginho at the base, Kante, Loftus-Cheek, Hazard, Hudson-Odoi, Giroud. That's my team. That is the team that needs to start every single game going into the next few weeks.
That's the team I'd expect to start. I would want to start every game, if you see what I mean. But I'm going to say the same team, only with Willian instead of Hudson-Odoi. And probably actually Higuain up top. Actually, no, he might play Giroud. I'm positive. I'm going to say Giroud. I'm going to say, basically, exactly the same what you said. Exactly the same team that played against Brighton. The only one change is I see Willian starting instead of Hudson-Odoi. It's the only change I see.
But this is what annoys me.
Because then I can see Hudson-Odoi playing against Prague.
It's fucking waste. There's a reason that Callum Hudson-Odoi had 3 players marking him against Brighton. There's a reason you don't have that when Willian plays. You only have 1 or 2. This is the tactical ineptability which I bang on about, which everyone bangs on about, which is why, for example, when people sit there and can back Sarri, fine. I want to see him do well, but he doesn't help himself for people like, I don't know, like yourself, like Nico, who look at it and go, yeah, you're not helping yourself here, mate. You know, Hudson-Odoi is one of the best players on the pitch, and you've done that. Oh, but he needs to get better in the defensive phase. Oh, but he needs to rest. Yeah, rest him against Prague.
That defensive phase stuff pisses me off.
He's the one. He is the whole thing with Chelsea fans. I mean, is the thing that doesn't keep us from going, Jesus Christ, we're losing Eden Hazard, is the fact that Loftus-Cheek. Well, yeah, including that, Loftus-Cheek and Hudson-Odoi are there. Because there's a bit of hope that these players are going to come through and like really, take Chelsea by the horns and drive us forward. But the problem is, Hudson-Odoi doesn't want to sign a new contract because he's not playing, despite being the best winger. He's looking at his team going, mate, what do I need to do to get in there? He got an assist against Brighton.
Nearly scored as well.
And he nearly scored twice. He offers a threat. And right now, this is the biggest thing that we need. We have. That's our asset. We need to be causing threat in the final third. I don't care about the defensive third at the minute, because to be honest, he's not great going forward, but going backwards and just defending, Azpilicueta's still got it.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's just like, if you look at some of the top wingers in the league, who can you genuinely say is good defensively?
It really depends.
Rashford, but he's more a striker.
Shaqiri, I guess, just because his physical presence.
But he doesn't start for Liverpool.
Exactly.
There's no winger. Fair enough, he might need to prove a little bit, but that shouldn't be a reason that he doesn't start. That's my main thing with it.
Shall I tell you the biggest thing? He's not going to improve if he's not playing, is he?
That's not my biggest thing. It's the fact that I know there is a reason why we don't bring him up for it, but as a point, Eden Hazard has the defensive ability of a piece of paper, but we don't bring him up on it because it's Eden Hazard.
Yeah, I think there is that, but I think at the same time, it's a case of, Callum Hudson-Odoi. I think the argument against what we're all saying is the fact that he's only 18 years old and he wants to nurture him properly, which is fair enough. But
that's fair enough if he didn't have 12 months left on his contract and wanted to leave. That's a big point.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't want to have him hold us to ransom, because that is bollocks. But I don't think he is holding us to ransom. He's training. He's doing what he needs to do. But he just wants to. He's a kid. He wants to play football. Can you blame him?
If he was holding us to ransom, he'd have accepted the contract offer we gave him, because we offered, like, what was it, like 4 times what his wages were or something.
Offered like 100k a week.
Yeah, I think it was minimum 80k, or it was something between 80k and 100k a week. It's like, that's up there with like most of our main players.
Yeah.
And he hadn't played like anything at that point, or he barely played at that point.
Yeah, it's one of those. But I mean, I don't know. But I mean, so you're going with Willian on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Cool. All right then. Well, let's round it off now quickly. It's a shorter one than normal, but give me a score prediction.
2-0.
I'm going to go 2-1 to us. I think we've got to win. It's quite simple. Arsenal, post recording, have lost today. They'll have a game in hand.
It's against Wolves. Away.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
Tottenham's the one I worry about. Until they play City, but we've still got to play Liverpool.
But I think the biggest thing here is we can laugh at Arsenal we want, but realistically we have to focus on what we've got in front of us. If we win, yes, we go above them. We go to third. That's fantastic. But we need to remember they'll both have a game in hand on us, as in Arsenal and Spurs. But then also remember that it's just important to get those points to the ball. That's what the priority is right now. And against a team like West Ham, they're playing well. They're in the top half of the table. They're fully capable of beating us. But we need to come out and play our best against them. We have to. We don't have a choice. It's as simple as that. But I mean, look. Anyway, I think we'll round it off there. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, listen, guys, make sure to subscribe to 100% Chelsea. All social media links are down on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. Obviously, Marlon's got socials will be down there as well.
Follow me.
Also,
I'm close to 100 followers. Please follow me.
Yeah, I want to get Scott. Try and get Scott to a K at some point. I think we can get you.
Start of the season, next season.
Start next season. Needs to get to a K followers on Twitter. So let's try and get that sorted. Obviously, also because we are throwing it down your throat currently. We have been nominated for a football blogging award for the best club content. Lawrence has been nominated for the best international content, and Jan has been nominated for the best women's content. So, as with Chelsea fan, also Chelsea Echo in the best new content. And
Chelsea Fancast, the best podcast.
Chelsea Fancast best. But it's looking good. Chelsea are dominating this year. So obviously, guys, make sure you go and vote for all those guys in their respective categories at the FBAs. There'll be links to them all down in the description as well. You can do that via Twitter. You can do that via Instagram by literally going to the post to which they are and tagging their @.
To be honest, the easiest way would probably go to the website because you can vote all at the same time for every.
But do it on Twitter and do it on
both
Instagram as well. With 3 votes, it would help. We kind of want to win it this year. I think, to be honest, this year
got a good chance.
We've got a good chance. It'd be nice. It would be nice. It's been a nice. I had a 3-year plan last year from when I took over from Eunice, and the plan was to win an FBA by our 3rd season.
Was that this year?
And that was our second season.
Nice.
And we've got nominated. This is the 3rd season. So if we do it, I've done my plan, and let's move on to phase 2 and sorting out all the other stuff as well, which is in the works anyway. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll be seeing that I am doing a lot at the minute in terms of that. But listen, guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all your social media platforms. This will soon as well. This part of phase 2 is getting this available as a podcast. So you'll have all of this for you to look at as well. But listen, guys, thank you for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later. Ta-ra.